Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Davey Deathray here. Hope you guys are having a lovely, lovely night. Can you guys hear me okay? I think that might be better. Okay. I just wanted to make sure the microphone was doing its damn job. Hope you guys are having a lovely 4th of July. I mean, no matter where you're at, right? But happy 4th of July to my fellow Americans. Yeah, what a fun day. What a fun day. The 250th birthday of our amazing country. And I will say this, you know, before we really get rolling here, sorry, just working on my volumes. I have always been and will always be proud to be an American, regardless of who is running the government. To me, it's about us. I guess I'm speaking to my fellow Americans specifically with that one. It's about us. Like, I believe in us. I believe in the spirit. I believe in the coming together of all these different cultures and everything like that, and learning from one another and truly like blending in a really beautiful way. And then I also think, you know, people can talk a lot of smack about the, you know, the effects that our country has had worldwide. But I think culturally speaking, what the United States has done through music and entertainment and all of that stuff has been really, you know, vitally important to you know, entertainment, music, movies, everything all over the world. So we'd like to talk about the art that we love here on the channel. And as far as that goes, good job, America. You've been rocking and rolling it. And to everyone else, like, to, you know, that's maybe never been here, you live in a foreign country or something, please come check it out. I'm sure you can see from all the fun that the folks have been having at the World Cup that there's just a lot of different things to experience here. So we've got our problems, just like every other country in the world. So those definitely exist, and we might have different problems than certain countries for sure. But yeah, I believe in the American spirits. I believe in the human spirit. How about that? Even though there are just a bunch of turds out there, I don't know. I still think the good outweighs the bad. How about that? How about that message to kick off our 4th of July stream? Really, guys, we are here to watch the greatest film of all time, Steven Spielberg's Jaws from 1975, based on the novel written by Peter Benchley. Guys, this is the movie that like got me into movies. This changed everything for me. I mean, at a very young age, I'm talking like 5 years old, just like, you know, a kid that probably just was playing video games and stuff like that. And then this shark movie captured my imagination. I got into the whole franchise. Seriously, like 5 years old. It got to the point where I was like going to the library to like check out National Geographic books on sharks and VHS tapes on sharks. Before Shark Week existed, guys, I was creating Shark Week just in my own little way. So I'm like, Dad, take me to the library. I'm going to get some of the pictures we see in these shark books that they show in the movie are like these famous pictures. I'm sure that you guys have seen them too if you love the movie, or if you love sharks, and you've probably seen them. But anyways, I'm kind of rambling because I love Jaws so much. So I'm going to say what's up to you guys. We're going to get the movie rolling. What do you think about little Quint here? That is, so it's a rendition. That's an actual picture of me. It's just put through a filter. But I dressed up as Quint for Halloween like 13 years ago, something like that. I don't know. But yeah, guys, if you dig the Davey Deathray logo that's up there and all that stuff, I have got some merchandise up on the shop that's you're going to need a bigger boat merch. It's got that Davey Deathray logo. It's got a logo with a shark, really fun stuff. The link to the merch shop is in the description. So if you want to see any of that merchandise, pint glasses, mugs, hoodies, t-shirts, all that good stuff. I think we've even got some hats with that design. And I just uploaded a whole new line of stuff. I haven't even told I told one person about it, a special someone. I've got a bunch of Davey Deadite merch. So it's just me souped up to look like a Deadite from like Evil Dead 2. It's got a new logo and all that sort of stuff. So there's a whole line of that on the merch shop. That's all I'm going to say about the merch. Link is in the description. You can check it out. Discord is free. Jump on over to the Discord if you want to hang out with us. You know what else is free, guys? Hitting the like button, subscribing to the channel if you're not already, and hitting the notification bell so you don't miss any live streams. I go live usually about 3 times a week, sometimes more, depending on, you know, what's going on with the SuperChat goals and stuff. So I'd hate for any of you to miss a live. And hey, guys, I want to let you know, even if you are a channel member, membership doesn't automatically turn on the notifications. At least I don't think it does. So even if you are a channel member, you're going to want to hit that bell to make sure you don't miss out on our member only streams, which are Mondays at 8 p.m. Eastern. And then just anything else that might pop up for the members. So anyways, that's all I'll say. You guys are awesome. Thank you so very much for hanging out, spending part of your July 4th with me. I really do appreciate it. I hope you've had a fun, safe, happy, healthy, awesome holiday, no matter where in the world you are. And yeah, let's just say what's up to whoever's hanging out here and then get rolling on the movie. I'm going to see if I can, I've got an ice pack. Guys, my computer gets so hot. I have an ice pack that I put on it just to help it run decently. And I just want to make sure it's not, see, it's playing a bunch of games with me. Already it's playing a bunch of games with my heart. Maybe this will help. I don't know. I don't know, guys. We'll see. Okay. It looks like everything's rocking and rolling. Let's see what we got. Guys, I do have a super chat goal of 5 super chats or more of $5 a piece. And I will host a bonus stream tomorrow night. I was going to write in the whole thing, but I just didn't have enough time. I was thinking of doing, since it's 4th of July weekend, I was thinking about doing a stream about the I Know What You Did Last Summer movies. I haven't seen I'll Always Know What You Did Last Summer, the third movie. I think it was direct to video or whatever. I have not seen that one. So if we reach this super chat goal, I will talk about all 4 movies. I think there's just 4 in the franchise. I will watch that third movie tonight to get prepared for that. And yeah, we can just kind of keep the 4th of July thing rolling and do a stream tomorrow night. I am doing a stream tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern during the day. That's just going to be our chill hangout. So no matter what, you're still going to get, a stream from me tomorrow. Okay, so let me just jump in and say what's up to you guys, and then we'll get rolling on the movie. How about it? All right. So we got Antonis Andriotis, one of our great channel members there. What's happening, Antonis? Happy 4th, bud. Hope you are doing well. We got Russell Madison, another one of our great channel members. What's happening, Russell? Welcome, welcome. Chris from Chris Watches and Talks Movies, another one of our great channel members, says, hello, Davey. Morning, chat. One of my favorite lines of the film, Chief Brody, you heard him slow ahead. Slow ahead. I can go slow ahead. Why don't you come down here and chum some of this shit? It's a great line, Chris. Absolutely. We got Paula Fitzhenry. What's happening, Paula? We got the crime scene. Come down here and chum. Yes. Chumming is the throwing of bloody, that chum line. No wonder he's putting the, Old Spice on the rag and holding it up. Guys, dead fish, it doesn't smell good. Like chopped up dead fish is not an appetizing smell. Just like sitting out there. I'm not talking about sushi, which you can make the argument is not appetizing either. We got Slasher Fred in the house. Slasher Fred, I know I already put it in the chat, but I love this. I love using that tagline from the teaser trailer. It's as if God created the devil and gave him Davey Deathray. It's a very, like, the guy that did all the trailers back then, he had a very distinct voice and everything, but I swear even in the Jaws trailer, he really is, he's even more ominous than usual. It's very, very similar to what they did with the Thanksgiving fake trailer in the Grindhouse movies. All right, let's see here. Yeah, I mean, you're going to need a bigger boat is amazing. And people get the quote wrong all the time. They say we're going to need a bigger boat. No. You're going to need a bigger boat. Prince, what is happening, my guy? Yes, Davey Jazray. That's true. It's true. 250th birthday for USA. Oh, baby. I even got some fireworks. I told the people at the fireworks tent about the channel. They were all like super into it. Or at least they were faking that they were super into it. No, but they were very cool. I did my whole like, welcome back to the channel. And they were like, oh my gosh. I did like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss a thing. I really went syrupy for him there. Oh, yes. Show me the way to go home. Boom, boom, on time, and I want to go to bed. Davey, the intro music is kind of iconic now. How about that? I think that's really cool, Prince. Yeah, the music is music that I put together, the background music here, and then the background music on the intro, outro. So I was using White Bat Audio for a while, but if I ever forgot to put his tag in there, and this is totally fair, sometimes I would honest mistake, forget to put it in there. And then, a week or two later, you get hit with a thing and you're like, oh, fuck. oh shit. And it bummed me out to just even have to deal with that. So I was like, I'm just going to make my own beats. But I'm glad that you dig them, Prince. Adrian James, what's happening? Adrian, welcome on in. We got Zach hanging out as well. Welcome on in, Zach. We got AI viewers over on Twitch. I love it. Happy 4th of July, Zach. Hope you're having a good one, man. We got Tia Nina, one of our fantastic, amazing, superb channel members. Channel mommy's favorite right there, Tia Nina. Happy 4th, Tia. Hope you're doing very, very well. Let's see who else we got. Jared Arnold. Happy 4th, Davey. Here's hoping everyone has all their fingers intact. Yes. So far, we are going to light some fireworks off after the stream. So we'll see how it goes. King Matthew III jumping on in, says, what's up, Davey? How are you doing? Unfortunately, won't be able to join. No worries, bud. Hope you have a great night of sleep, and we'll see you next time around. And guys, I didn't even say this. Jared Arnold is one of our amazing channel members. Thank you so much for being a channel member, Jared. Really do appreciate you. I mean, yeah, one of the greatest, if you're going to call it a horror, absolutely. I will not fight you on that. I think it's just one of the best movies of all time. But yeah, I think it fits in that horror category. Maybe if you watch it for the first time in your 20s, you're not thinking Jaws is a horror. But as a kid, I think it's enough to fit the criteria, right? Yeah. It does have a creature feature kind of vibe to it. Yeah. Yeah, I would say like Benchley came at it with a really such a well-written story that it seems like something that's a bit bigger and a bit more important, or maybe not even bigger, just more realistic, even though it's a creature feature, if that makes sense. But yeah, I mean, those 50s and 60s monster movies had their influence for sure. I mean, they still do. Like Eight-Legged Freaks. I mean, what was that, late 90s, early 2000s? Like, that movie's really fun, and it's a total callback to all that. Yeah, it is, man. Put the fear of sharks in you. Put the fear of the ocean. Like, I don't like hanging out in the ocean. I don't have gills and fins or anything like that. So I just don't belong there. I just don't. Let's see who else we got here. We've got Ashley hanging out. What's happening? Ashley says, hello, Davey, or hello, everyone. Love the logo and mini Davey in the corner. Hope you're having a great 4th. Yeah, the little Davey Quint. There he is. There he is. He's just looking judgmentally on everyone. I hope you were doing so very well this 4th, Ashley. I look forward to seeing you sometime soon. Let's see what else we got. Bonus movie watch is what Paula wants. I was thinking of a discussion because I've been doing a lot of watch parties lately. I try to cool it on I don't dislike the watch parties, but I understand that if the channel does too many of those, I don't know. I want to pepper them in the right amount, Paula. So I'm thinking a bonus stream tomorrow would be like a discussion. And what better, series of movies to discuss since we're covering Jaws today. Let's talk a little I Know What You Did Last Summer. I think, I don't know. What do I think? Which movie's the best in the franchise? I don't know. Are any of them really worth revisiting? I don't know. We'll see if we reach the super chat goal, and I'll tell you guys more then. Don't have to worry about swimming in Ontario. Probably not. No, probably not. Let's see here. I try to give myself, I think I give myself enough breaks. Yeah, for sure. Thank you for looking out for me, though. Well, we'll see if that's the thing is I won't watch it. If we reach the super chat goal, I will watch it. Yeah. Don't do it. Do not watch that third. But crime scene, what if I'm the kind of person, I grew up watching Mystery Science Theater 3000. So it's I don't mind a bad movie as long as it's entertaining. It can be bad as long as I'm oh my God, this is so bad. But if I'm bored from it, then that's the problem. If it's boring, I hate boring. But if it's just bad, but entertainingly so, I don't know. Not so against that. You know what I mean? Just want to make sure I'm saying hello to everyone, guys. If I missed any of your chats, feel free to send it in again, or you could always send in a super chat if it's something that you really want to make sure I don't miss. What's happening, Steph? We got Steph, aka Skittles, hanging out. Happy 4th to you, miss. Hope you're having a good one. What kind of fireworks are you setting off there, Steph? In the 4th of July scene, Peter Benchley plays the reporter. Yeah. Oh yeah. No, he's really good in it too. I think he does a good job. It's not a bad movie. It looks like a homemade college film. It has this nasty filter. Yeah. Oh my God. Some of those direct to DVD or direct to VH, you know, they just have like they're shot on video and they're not really like, processed or what's the I guess the proper term, like the post production just doesn't really give them that film look. Yeah. Yeah, I think I could find some sort of enjoyment from it, but I hear what you're saying. Okay, guys, let's go ahead and get the movie rolling. How about that? I've said hello to everyone. I swear I thought I had like a poll in the chat that I put in earlier today, but did it like just delete it already? Like, what the fuck's going on? I want to know. Oh, there we go. The poll is in the chat. I just had to reload the page. Okay. What do you rate Jaws? Just a star rating. I'm curious to know. 24 votes and 92% of you say that it's 5 stars and 8% say 4 stars. Let's see if anyone is daring or, that much of an edgelord to put 2 or lower. We'll see. But let's go ahead and get this thing rolling, guys. I'm going to bring up the timer there. There we go. Okay. There we go. I think, all right. Hopefully it stays the way it's looking right now. Let's go ahead and get this thing cooking here. My neighborhood sets off the fireworks down the street for the city. Oh, hell yeah. So you don't even have to go and get your own fireworks. I had to go buy some from a tent. I mean, they're going to do some down the, in the little neighborhood I live in. But I'm not going to be there. Shit. Okay. Let's go ahead and bring the movie up. Guys, I'm actually watching on the Movies Anywhere app because I have a digital copy of the film. It is streaming on Peacock. So if you have Peacock, then you can get the movie that way. I'm sure a lot of you probably have a copy you can throw in, or you can sail the 7 seas of the pirating if you want to do or go that route. Okay, so I'm going to get the movie rolling at 5 seconds. I'm going to hit that timer. The timer is going to jump back in. I'm sure, I don't know if you guys can tell, I really souped up the Jaws stuff behind me here. We got this really cool metal piece that I got at Mad Monster years ago. This is a Jaws poster that my buddy Cole Monroe Chitty put together, a buddy of mine that also grew up in Alaska. And then this is a Amityville poster. It's just like a beach. It's like, what does it say? Amity Island, New England. Yeah, very, very nice. And then, of course, the custom Jaws poster there that my head is blocking. It's such a beautiful piece. Oh my goodness. And I have to have Evil Dead here because Evil Dead's the best. So, okay, let's go ahead and get the movie rolling, guys. I'm going to pause the music and then we are going to get this thing cooking. I'm going to count down 3, 2, 1, play. And guess what, guys? I'm going to push play when I say play. How about that? I know it's very confusing, but we'll make it really easy. 3, 2, 1, play, and then we play. Okay, are you guys ready? Let me know in the chat if you're watching along. Like hit the party hat button or something, or whatever. Send in a shark emoji. I think I've got, if you're a channel member, guys, don't forget that if you're a channel member, you have special emojis that you can use. So I think, I don't know, there might be a shark one in there. I've got a handful in there. So anyways, let's go ahead and get the movie rolling. And here we go. 3, 2, 1, play. All right, there we are. Okay, and then I'm going to get that going. All right, we are all set. The Universal logo is fully in focus right now. And I can hear the little, I don't know, what are these sounds? The ocean sounds, right? The dolphins and the orcas and all of their, gosh, what is it called when they send the, why when I'm live can I not remember vocabulary? I have a fantastic vocabulary and then I go live and I'm not even stoned, guys. I go live and I can't even remember echolocation. I think that's what I'm trying to describe here. I mean, right off the bat, the soundtrack is fucking incredible. The score, John Williams score, unbelievable. I do, I know the logo's like red all the time. I do like that white logo with the shadow behind it. And they even tease the theme here. Like we get like a whole bunch of it and then it just builds up and then we get it right back to something really nice and relaxing. We're joining the hippies on the beach here. Like everyone's getting laid at this bonfire, right? It's just like that's the way things were back then. Guys, Bill Butler with the director of photography here. I always forget his name, and that is terrible. When I watch this movie, I know it's not Dean Cundey, but my stupid brain just thinks Spielberg, great cinematography. It should have been Dean Cundey, but guys, Bill Butler fucking kills it here. I think it's no secret that Spielberg has a really good eye behind the camera as well, and he knows how to communicate with his DP what kind of shots he wants. Like, I do think that a lot of the visionary, aspect comes from Spielberg himself, because if you watch his movies, especially in the earlier days, the amount of characters he's able to fit in frame, they're all in focus, even if they're at different depths of field. There are some shots coming up here in the movie. I will bring up specific shots that just scream Spielberg to me. But Bill Butler, man, fantastic job behind the camera here in this film. Yeah, kind of like a sonar ping. Yeah, echolocation is the word I was looking for. I was like, I know bats do it, and I know dolphins do it. Then I start thinking about Echo the Dolphin from Sega Genesis. By the way, welcome on in, Lito. Hope you're having a great 4th of July, brother. Hot take, Jaws 2 is actually one of the best sequels ever made. I oftentimes will choose to watch it over the original. I don't think it's better, but it's entertaining like the way Scream 3 is. Yeah, no, I think so. Guys, I totally meant to do this. I always mean to do this when we're doing a watch party, because I want that audience that catches the watch party after to be able to know what the heck you guys are saying. Especially see what you guys are saying as the movie goes on. Yeah, I think Jaws 2 is fantastic. Crime Scene. And I totally get what you're saying. Like, I don't think it's better than the first film. Sometimes I'm just in the mood for it because it has that Friday the 13th Part 2 feel, the younger kids going to the bars. It has, even though it's not a slasher, it's got a little bit more of those, some of the tenets of early slashers. Yeah. Oh, did he do that on purpose? Is that what it is? Sounds of Goals. Okay. Yeah, I mean, the movie looks like, I think one of the great things that Spielberg does here is it's very Hitchcockian. Like, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think the way it looks, the way it feels, having iconic music, making you fear something that people didn't really fear before, those are all things that Alfred Hitchcock would do. And it's too bad. I know that Hitch didn't have the greatest things to say about Jaws. Part of me thinks maybe that's sour grapes. Because I don't know how you could really talk shit about Jaws. Like, I'm just sort of like, come on, Alfred. Like, you can be a little better than that. Gene, what's happening? Welcome on in. I'm so pumped that you're joining us. Have you been here before, Gene, or is this your first time? Welcome back if you've been here before. And welcome on in if this is your first time. So there we go. Chrissy Watkins, unfortunately, as I've been talking, she is no more. The shark has taken care of her. What an amazing opening scene that we got here. To go from just this peaceful, chill party and to, swim directly into disaster. And it just kind of sets the tone for the whole thing, the whole movie here. Oh, Liz is rating me. I love that. Thank you, Liz. Guys, I found Liz. I found Liz. YouTube was like, hey, Davey, you might want to watch this person play video games. And I really like what Liz does over there. I don't watch a lot of gaming streamers. So I just like something that's chill and just like a good group of people to hang out with. Just when I want to switch gears. And I love what Liz does over there. If you like watching gaming streams, I think she's starting off like this big Zelda, like kind of marathon. Like it's not like she's not stopping, but she's going to be covering a bunch of Zelda games. Dude, he's so proud. Little Michael is so proud of his cut up hand, and it looks sort of fucked up. Like, but I guess that's the difference, right? 70s kids were like, oh, sweet, I hurt myself. Yeah, well, and the first time I saw Jaws on 4K, you can see the actress that plays Chrissy Watkins. I'm forgetting her name right now. I know she passed away just, gosh, like a year and a half ago, or just under 2 years ago, maybe. Um, but you could see everything in the 4K on a big screen. You're like, whoa, that was not the way it looked on VHS. Yeah, I mean, he's still a little villainous, right? You know, I've read the book 3 or 4 times, and he's not innocent. He did make a deal with the mafia, so he's culpable to a degree. Like, yeah, he has a little bit more of a reason to keep the beaches open, but it doesn't make him a good guy. And I don't even really know if I consider him a villain. Like, he's villainous. He has villainous character or qualities, but I think Jaws is actually pretty good about not really creating a villain. Like, I don't even know if the shark is really, we can argue about that all day. Like, the shark is just doing what a shark does, right? So is it not a villain? Is it a villain? I don't know. I think the movie works, or the story works so well without needing like a black and white bad guy. Like, it doesn't need a James Cameron bad guy. When James Cameron makes a movie and the bad guy is like literally the devil, like pretty much. And I've never really thought about it that way with Jaws, that there's not a Darth Vader. There's not, you know what I mean? Like, Larry Vaughn is a shit. He absolutely is a shit. But he's not like actively trying to fuck things up. He's just like, I think this will be better for the town, and I don't think the shark's going to keep on doing what it's doing, right? It's sort of a sign of good faith. Here's a shot right here, 2 characters way far behind the character in the foreground. So the background character, and then we've got Hendrix. Guys, there's a good amount of distance there, and just, picking the right lens, setting up your shot the right way. Bill Butler and Spielberg, that's a simple example of his use of depth of field that I really enjoy. Yes, the very famously unfunny film 1941, which is a Spielberg film, I believe. I tried watching that once. It's amazing how unfunny 1941 is. If you look at the cast and you look at everyone involved, you'd be like, there's no way this movie could fail. And it's just, nah. We got Rebel Sky hanging out. What's happening, Rebel Sky? Welcome on in. Dropping a $2 super chat. Says, I'm synced. Funny, the ads went for a minute, but good. Yeah, there might be ads at the beginning on Peacock. But if you get any ads and you just need to jump to where we're at, there's the timer is right up in the corner there. So you should be able to find that. Let's see. Does that fix it? No. I don't know why it displays differently sometimes in the window there. I'm going to try not to obsess over it, but it's difficult. Thank you so much for the $2, Rebel Sky. I really do appreciate you. We never had any beach close signs. Let Polly do the printing. God damn it. I know that's not happening until a little bit later, but I was able to meet Jeffrey Kramer, who plays Deputy Hendrix here. I met him at Halloween 45, H45. He was super sweet. I got a picture of Hendrix autographed by him and everything like that. I think that's the only person I've met that's been involved with the film. And it was Halloween 45. So I walk up, I'm wearing my Halloween hat, everything like that. And he's like, let me guess, you're here for a Halloween 2 picture signing. And I could barely speak. I was like, this guy that's blah, blah, blah all the time. And I'm sitting there like, didn't even know what to tell him. Like, Jaws is my favorite movie of all time. So while I do love Halloween 2, and I know you're in Halloween 2, you'll always be Hendrix to me, bud. This, when he grabs the brushes, I love that. Seems so natural. I want to believe that was not planned and it just happened, and Scheider reacted in character, and it was just a perfect moment that just shows. It's those little things, guys, that they do in these movies that just shows us that we're dealing with regular people. That's why it's cool to watch them doing the in-between. This isn't necessarily mundane because it all has to do with the shark attack and everything like that, but we're getting to see the in-between, the things that are happening between the drama, which I really dig. I think sometimes we watch modern movies and when they end up disappointing us, sometimes it's because they just don't give us enough of the character. They only show us the parts of the character that are like the really good parts or the really bad. We don't see a lot of just the regular mundane. Like I know mundane, it's like you're saying boring. I get it, but you're not really. You're just like, let me sit with the character. Let me feel like I know who they are. We're supposed to relate with Martin, right? So let's hang out with him. Let's watch him smoke a cigarette and just look out at the water and wonder what he's wondering and get in his head. And here's an amazing scene. I mean, this catches everyone up in the audience. We immediately learn that, okay, he's trying to protect the people, but the bureaucrats are like, that's not really how things go here. They're sort of being like the mafia, like the intimidation factor. Like they've got six guys to one. The only guy he's got with him is Hendrix back there. But and then look at this. We've got seven people all at different depths. Everyone's in focus. The shot is beautiful. The background is parallax scrolling in the background. Like that's really cool to see. But this whole thing just sets the audience up for the emotional journey of the film. That like we are going to be with Martin, hoping that everyone can be safe, while knowing that the government's going to keep everything rocking and rolling. Yeah, yeah. Duel's another great example. Faceless villain. I hate when people call dolphins fish. Yeah, they're not. They are not. I kind of hate that sharks are considered a fish. I mean, I know they have their babies in a purse. It's not like an egg that like an outside placenta, essentially. But sharks have 5 gills, fish have 3. Um, Fish have bones, sharks don't have bones, they have cartilage. Um, and yeah, I mean, I think some sharks, while I don't know if they're technically considered warm-blooded, some sharks have to exist in warmer waters, others have to exist in colder waters. So I don't know. Ever since I was a kid, I kind of hated that sharks were considered fish. I wish they were just either sharks or I don't know, something else. Liz, I know I'm so far behind on the chat. Thank you so much for rating. I really do appreciate it. Thank you so very much. I don't know if do we have a moderator in the chat? I don't know if we have a moderator in the chat. I am going to go and grab Liz's channel and share it in here because I don't think I've done that yet. I don't think I've done that. Here we go. We got Alex Kintner. Oof. Sorry, Alex. It's going to be a rough one for you. Holy cow. Saw a thumbnail for a dead meat video and thought it was me in there for a second. YouTube makes it so hard for me to find you, Liz. It makes it so difficult. I hate that YouTube does that to me. There you are, though. I think I can just go to your channel through the chat. I figured it out. I'm going to ban you from the channel. Just joking. Just joking. I don't know why why would I ever make that joke? Okay. How do I share? There we go. Okay. And watch, by the time I actually get it in the chat, I bet a moderator would have shown up and already thrown it in there. All right. There you go, guys. There is a link over to Liz's channel if you would like to throw her a sub. She's playing a bunch of Zelda lately. How about it? Yeah, it is a really cool look. And I mean, seeing it on VHS and not seeing anything, it's still a really cool shot. Seeing it in 4K, well, all right. All right. That's Some Bad Hat Harry. I think that's Brian Singer's production studio. He did indeed. He did, yeah. Night Swimming by REM is stuck in my head now. There you go. Good old REM. Oh, that is a hot take right there, crime scene. I think "Smile, You Son of a Bitch" is the way to go. Because the "Open Up Wide, Say Ah," it never would have existed without "Smile, You Son of a Bitch." So it seems, like he's going back to the well. He's like, "I gotta find a good, one-liner." Maybe he didn't need to say anything in that second movie, right? Yeah, welcome on in, Raiders. The Zelda. I think it's Breath of the Wild now. Here, Alex Kittner is gonna get it, and I fucking love this kill scene. Oh my god. Like, the second shot back with the fountain of blood and everything. Great performance by the little actor here. It's gotta be a scary, weird kinda thing to do as a kid. Um, in the 50th anniversary release, they have a new documentary, and we get to see some of the footage from that kill, a version of that kill that was a little bit longer and just showed more of the shark. I love what we see, though. It's just these little flashes. It really does, like, make your brain kind of, fill in the gaps. I don't know, there's something about theater of the mind where, like, we don't need some detailed CG creature, just put something out there, because no one really knows what a shark attack looks like unless how many people have really seen that, right? So you can just sort of do it cinematically like the way they did it here. And I will say this, as somebody who's read the book, it is the way it's shown in the movie is very accurate as to the way it's described in the book, because they talk about wet silver like flipping out of the water, and like the sunlight hitting it, and like it's like shiny, and like it is a very kind of, as far as a book goes, like relatively vague, like it doesn't get too detailed. I really like that. Also, I think at least one more person gets killed in the book. Like, after Alex Kintner gets killed in the book, it's either after or before the shark is at a different beach in Amity and kills an older person. Thank you. Thank you so much for that, Leto. Yeah. The blackest eyes, like a dow's eyes. You ever watch the cable version where we're introduced to Quint in an early scene where he walks into a music store and there's a boy trying to play? Yeah, and he like laughs at the boy playing a flute. There's another scene where he's watching Moby Dick in the theater and he's like laughing at Ahab getting killed. And then later on, he gets killed in a very similar fashion. Yeah. And that's a really good going back to the novel as well. Benchley does an amazing job. The opening of the book is the description of this, giant beast just moving calmly through the ocean, and it leads up to the shark attacking Chrissy. But it's basically, you're watching the shark, but not really. It's like you're just taking in the majesty of this creature as it swims through the night ocean. She has big time crabs. Len Peter, he is worse. In the sequel, yes, Len Peterson is worse. I think Vaughn is worse in the second movie. I mean, come on, at the very least in Jaws 2, give Brody some credit. Like he does try to say, he does pull him aside and be like, dude, I just think like you're pushing your luck. But at the same time, like, bro, have a little faith in Martin. Maybe if Martin weren't an alcoholic, you think Jaws 2 would have worked out better for him? They're like, dude, you drink a bottle of booze every night. There's a reason why you have not heard of it, Tia. Yeah, and it's got like Belushi. I mean, it was a who's who back then, and Spielberg directed it. I can't remember who wrote it. It's so funny that we both talked about that at the same time, and now I'm just seeing it. You go in the cage, cage goes in the water, shark's in the water. Our shark. Yeah, I mean, Robert Shaw, what can you say? I mean, he's a big, hulking man, but he is a classically trained theater actor. So I think sometimes we can forget that looking at how gruff he is in this movie. He's also in From Russia with Love. And he has one of the first like famous fight scenes on the train with Bond. He plays like the henchman. And he is, you know, handsome and everything, but just a big tough guy, you know. But he's incredible here. Big misconception about Robert Shaw too is that he was drunk all the time making this movie. That is not true. He tried that one night with the U.S. Indianapolis speech, and it didn't go well. And he came back the next day and apologized and felt terrible. But yeah, he just acts very well. And he was not nice to Richard Dreyfuss. But what's new? I mean, Bill Murray didn't like Richard Dreyfuss. Has anyone liked Richard Dreyfuss after they've worked with him? I'm very curious to know. Has anyone had that effect? Let me catch up with you guys a little bit here. Yeah, it is not. I think I saw it on TV as a kid and was like, well, what the hell is this? It's very well shot. Yeah, it is. It gives you the lay of the land. It introduces the characters. There's a lot of show, don't tell, setting it all up. And then it all culminates with them on the little, the little ferry that goes back and forth there across the channel. I love that. We got T. Parker Evans jumping on in, says, happy 4th of July. Jaws wasn't for me. I grew up going on the ride at Universal Studios, but the movie didn't do anything for me. 3 out of 5. No worries, T. Welcome on in, man. Thank you for being a channel member. Roy is legit drunk. All right. He calls Hendrix Jeff instead of Lenny. Wait. Lenny is... Oh, he calls him Jeff. What is... Wait, so what is Hendrix's first name? Do we ever learn what his first name is? Because I thought Len was the other guy. Apes are not monkeys, damn it. That's me. That is me. I'm a goofball. I haven't seen her play Dead by Daylight yet. I have seen mostly very cutesy games and then Tormented Souls. Yeah, Liz, Steph, she streams over on Twitch sometimes. That's another one. We're the greatest of apes, right? I don't know. There are 5 great apes and we are one. I don't think it's so funny. I'm not going to get into a whole thing, but I still don't think they have definitive proof, but they still consider us that. It's pretty funny. Science can be interesting, guys, because sometimes science is like, no, it's end of discussion. Science figured it out. And I'm like, well, wait, isn't science like all about reaffirming and always trying to figure it out or proving that what you figured out is actually true? Isn't that, I swear there's something called the scientific method and it just goes in circles. And I think that's a good thing, right? You shouldn't have to have faith in science. Like science really should be practical and tangible and real. Faith is for all the stuff that can't be proven. It's a great name for a production studio. I'm not the biggest Bryan Singer fan for, I guess, a handful of reasons. Yeah, unfortunately. Dude, I am jealous. I love tarantulas. That shark is fucking huge in that picture. Good God, y'all. That looked like a mako there in one of those pictures. That would look like a tiger. Maybe that was a great white, though. Tigers, though, they seem to have a bit more of a broad, more of a rectangular square face, whereas great whites have more pointed. Dude, these bites are so brutal. Imagine that right there, the leg, all the meat hanging off. Like, did that person live? It looks like they're alive in that picture. I know they're not showing their face, but dear God, I don't know how you live through that with your big old artery in your leg, femoral artery. We got Ryan West jumping on in, one of our great channel members. How's it going, Ryan? And I said hi to Lito, and Lito's such a great buddy that sometimes I forget to say, guys, one of our great channel members, Hollywood Lito, rocking and rolling. I think that's the third time I've said rocking and rolling here. I have Michael in Dead by Daylight, keeping my eye out for the Halloween game coming this year. Yeah, September 8th, I believe. And it looks really good. It looks really cool. Michael Myers is the shit. That's my boy. Michael Myers, my boy. And Jason's in there now, at least like the new version of Jason. So guys, this scene here is a really cool example of like, hey, the shark's not working, but like they're still able to have something represented. And to me, it still carries all the tension and all the suspense and more like theater of the mind, which I really don't mind. I know there's different like schools of thought on that. Some people are like, hey, if you can show it, you should show it. I don't know. I guess I disagree sometimes. I think we see plenty of the shark in this movie, and we just have to. There's a bit of a slow burn to get there, and I love that about this movie. Not too long ago we watched The Descent over here. We did like a 25th anniversary of that, 26th and kind of 25th American 25th anniversary. And I love in that movie that you wait and wait and wait to see the creature. Like, I think the payoff is totally worth it, for sure. Instant gratification, it's not, I don't know. Instant gratification only works sometimes. I think when it's the norm, and everything just gets bland and boring. Yeah, I'm very pumped. Hey there, little feller. That guy there in the orange hat that Hooper was just talking to is he was a real life fisherman that lived there at Martha's Vineyard, and he is the guy that Quint is essentially. Well, Quint isn't based on him as the character, literarily speaking, but Robert Shaw spent a lot of time with that guy and based took what he learned from being around this actual northeastern seaman and worked that into his on-screen portrayal of Quint. So, and we see that this guy numerous times. Let me see, what is his name? Because I know they made like a documentary about him. He plays Ben Gardner. I love that joke about the restaurant and hotel. So Craig Kingsbury played Ben Gardner, and he is like the real life, like the real McCoy. I think he was technically a consultant on the film. I don't know. Just to respect the celebrations, I would have held off until at least 11 p.m. I didn't mean any disrespect. I've been celebrating America's birthday all day, so I don't see what's disrespectful about me doing a stream when I want to do a stream. So I'm sorry that you feel like I'm being disrespectful. Jane, we need a Dead by Daylight ladies night. Yes. Oh, it's ladies night and the feeling's right. What film was known as Jaws meets Moby Dick? Orca? Probably. Yeah, I think he had passed away by the time the award season came around the next year. I don't think he made it. Or he wasn't around very long after. In Florida, we ignore those no swim signs. Don't do it. Look at that dog. That yellow lab on that boat looks so nervous in these shots. And I get you, bud. I wouldn't want to be on the front of a boat either. It's some tiny ass boat. Look at this nervous ass dog up there on the front. I love this scene so much. Red flags mean hurricane, but great Yeah, just get in before the storm really hits, and then you're okay. What's happening, Gory? Welcome on in, man. Seen uncut Jaws footage on YouTube. Jaws loosely based on Jersey attacks. I've seen some of the footage they've released with the 50th anniversary, with some of that behind the scenes stuff that they hadn't released before. I've watched documentaries about the Jersey attacks. Yeah, I'm a big old, like, Jaws made me a shark nerd. Learning about the different species and everything like that as a kid. And been a fan of shark movies ever since. And sharks in general. I think they're beautiful creatures. I love that sharks just didn't even have to evolve. They're just like, fuck that. We're just perfect. Right out of the gate, just straight out of the factory, No need to adjust. They're just the same dinosaurs that they've always been. And that's good enough. Jamie, welcome on in. Guys, we got our original Death Squad mod, Miss Jamie Hart, one of our great channel members as well. Happy 4th, Jamie. Welcome, welcome. That's cool that you do that, though, Liz. Like, September, October are great times to lean into that spooky stuff, And I mean, there's plenty of, like, so with Zelda, if you did like Majora's Mask in spooky season, right? Like, that's probably the scariest one. I mean, I even think Twilight Princess gets pretty scary, at least just visually dark, Whereas Majora's Mask is a bit more on the grim side. But yeah, I mean, you could still work with all that. Luigi's Mansion, you could jump into some other Nintendo thing. Oh, they're freaky as shit. Yeah. I think, I don't know if you're referring to the comment I made of thinking that the one might have been a tiger shark. It's just like the way their heads look. They're very similar, like tiger and great white, as far as like size and aggressiveness, stuff like that. Because I think tigers are like 8 to 13 feet. Great whites are like 12 to 16 feet on average, Yeah, the mayor has a rough go here. He sure does. Politics are messy, man. No worries, Lito. Thank you so much for hanging out with us for a bit, man. I love Carl Gottlieb's maroon suit. I love that Carl Gottlieb got to be a performer in this movie because he wrote, I think, the second or third draft of the script. And he wrote one of the versions of the Indianapolis speech. The version that we see in the movie is like Robert Shaw's version of the versions that were written before. So, like, Robert Shaw put the finishing touches on it. He like polished it, to fit his performance. But yeah, Carl Gottlieb, who plays I think he works for the local paper, but he seems to be like one of the mayor's right-hand men, which is perfect. The media and the government in cahoots. We love to see that. It's never worked out in a poor way for anyone ever. His character's so great in here, and it's cool when a writer gets a chance to show off the performance and everything like that. Still the mayor in Jaws 2, and fucks up again. He doubles down. Steph Virgo. Gotta look out for you Virgos. I know you're all supposed to be pure, but I don't know. I'm just messing with you. All right, I made it home alive. I didn't have to duck and cover this year, although my brothers lit the bonfire with a Roman candle, and I thought the woods might burn down. Oh, I love it. We used to like chase each other around with Roman candles, like in Alaska, like just on the beach, and you just, no one. We aim low. You're aiming for legs or whatever, but yeah. John Travolta. I just always imagine Oprah saying it. I love The Descent. Yeah. Alex Kintner's mom is like 70. How did that happen? How is this old woman the mother of a 12, 10 or 11, 12? I don't know. How old's Kintner supposed to be? 11, something like that. Boom. I love that. Be right back. Have to pack a bowl. I will just hit my pen. How about that, Russell? The 4th is over. Halloween starts tomorrow. Valid. Yes. Hit. Well, I will say this too. I could have asked you guys again what time you wanted it. Last week, though, I put a poll out there and I just said on a Friday, like with a Friday stream, do you guys prefer 10 p.m. or 11 p.m.? And it was like 75% people said 10 p.m. Eastern. So from now on, when I do a stream like on a weekend night, I'm gonna go for that 10 p.m. Eastern time. So yeah. It's definitely not meant to be disrespectful in any way at all, just so that's clear. It's true that some people, 9 o'clock, I think, is the time where most people have them. I get you. But here's the cool thing, Ryan, and this is the last thing I'll say about it. It's just the free entertainment here on YouTube. Not a big deal. If people come in like a little bit later, they just can't make it. Like, it's okay. Like, I get it. Like, dude, if you've got a family and you're going to go do fireworks and stuff with your family on the 4th of July and you guys are having an awesome night, the last thing that you need to think about is when I'm streaming anyway, right? Like, you could just, people can just go and have that time with their families, and that's awesome. And then for the folks that just want to jump in and say what's up, then that's cool too. I'll be here either way. So I love this movie so much, and it's a 4th of July tradition for me. So no matter what, I try to watch it around the holiday at least once, sometimes more than once. Yeah. Dreyfuss is so good. I think he's damn solid. What About Bob is like, I think it's one of the greatest comedies of all time, like top 10, maybe top 5 comedy of all time for me. And he plays a really big part in making all that work. I love that little face that Sean makes, that little like with the curled lip and everything. That is called adorability, folks. And this scene is just so sweet and it feels so natural. Give us a kiss. The kid says why, and he says, because I need it. And then tells him to get out of here. There's just something of like, I don't know. I'm pining for like the parenting of the mid 70s. I didn't even exist then. There's something so like sweet yet cut and dry about it. It's true. What movie is that from? I try to give respect. I think, yes, I think they're gorgeous creatures. And it really, I say they flipped the bird to evolution because, man, like I know some sharks went extinct, right? We don't have every species that we had, when the dinosaurs were here, but some of them, there's shit in the bottom of the deepest parts of the ocean. We don't even know what the fuck's down there, how long it's been there. But man, we've found some crazy shit down there. Yeah, we did hamburgers and hot dogs and stuff and all that. My mom did like no-bake cookies, and we did pretty traditional American stuff. But I'm also drinking a C4, a watermelon Jolly Rancher C4 in my QT cup. Because I'm a big boy. Yeah, we say Brisbane. I think that's just the way that Americans read the word. But I get it. It's Brisbane. Brisbane. And here's just a great example of like the camera doesn't really have to move. That last shot where like Ellen is in the forefront, and you see the chief in the middle, just sort of like you figure he's listening, but he's just more into figuring out what's going on with the booze because he already knows like what needs to happen here, right? That's the way I used to pour a glass of wine when I was still drinking. Here we go. I'll take half the bottle right now, and then we'll just divvy up the rest amongst, you peons over here. And he just is going to fucking drink it like water. That's wild. Speaking of not drinking, guys, on the 6th of July, it'll be 11 months. How about that? Wild, wild, wild. So is that what Canada Day is? It's your Independence Day, or the day that you became a country, right? Because I guess Canada isn't like independent, but is that just the day that the Canada like was like, hey, this is what the country's called? Boom, Canada. What's happening, Blu-ray? Hope you're doing well, bud. Welcome on in. I hear you, man. It can get that way. Sometimes I'm like, oh shoot, like this person's streaming, I want to jump into there and say what's up, like, and sometimes that's just how it is. Like you live your life and you just can jump in and say what's up, and then other times you can really sit there and hang. And I love that we're getting like this, kind of a rough and tumble lesson on shark behavior here. Or you Metroid or Majora's Mask. Yeah. I'm not really suggesting things. I'm just I know that's the unwritten rule, right, Liz? Like I'm not really telling you what to do on your channel. That the unwritten rule, especially with creator to creator. Like, no unsolicited advice. Come on. Okay, Hendrix is the first name of Lenny is established in the first film. Gotcha. Okay. That's a great scene though in the second movie. So Bad It's Good shark movie. Shark Side of the Moon, I think, is the best bad one I've seen. Now, Sharknado 2 is fucking dope too. That sequel, that very first sequel to Sharknado, I think that's the best one in the Sharknado series. But Shark Side of the Moon, guys, oh my God. It is so much fun because it's so bad. Sky Sharks is pretty damn fun too. It felt like it ran a little long to me. But man, Sky Sharks, it's got like the first hour of it's like pure gold. And then I started to get bored, but Shark Side of the Moon is like entertainingly terrible the whole time. Sharknado is classic. The mouth about this big. Yeah. It's a fucking big shark. Yeah, I wonder if they'll restore it on one of the anniversaries. I don't believe in any of the astrology stuff, so I'm just like teasing. It's just that my ex is a Virgo, so I was just making a joke. Also, he's a man, so he's probably a little bit different. I don't know. Is it controversial to think that men and women are, generally speaking, pretty different? Is that a controversial thing to say in 2026? God, I hope not. I'm curious to know this too, because I am such an old school gamer. What are the best ones out there on each system? He sounds like the voiceover for in Double Dribble. Double Dribble. That's true. I mean, she could have had him when she was 40. And I'm joking. She's probably the character is probably supposed to be in her mid 40s. So she had Alex when she was in her mid 30s, and it's 1975. So we're going to say that she is a widow. I love that Martin is just straight up drinking out of the bottle here. He is, it's so funny. Like, ever since I quit drinking, whenever I watch a movie, I think about how sick I would be if I drank like the character that's drinking. So when I see, dude, fucking Chief Brody is like the all-star booze hound of American film. Do we ever see him eat anything in either of these movies? I think he just smokes cigarettes and drinks. I think that's all he does. It's an amazing diet. Look, he's in great shape, at least on the outside. You know, it looks like Roy Scheider just like lives under the sun. He is like this pinkish bronze hue. Here's some video game talk. Total random thought here. My girlfriend tells me that my mind is a beautiful place, so I'm going to share that with you guys. Mike Tyson's Punch Out, Don Flamenco, always reminded me of Chief Brody. Ever since I was a little kid playing Mike Tyson's Punch Out, when you get to Don Flamenco, I think he's the fighter right after the first time you fight Piston Honda in that first title bout. I just always thought he looked like Roy Scheider. That's true. Christmas in July is kind of a thing. I don't really do Christmas in July, but I'm not going to hate on anyone that does. How about that? We love having you here, Ryan. Yeah, and I was saying at the beginning of everything, just to, double check your notifications. And it's okay. Like, sometimes, people you're going to miss a stream for legit reasons, and then sometimes it's just going to be, you're just going to end up missing it. So I want you guys, especially you, to know, Ryan, I never take it personally, but I love seeing you guys each and every time. And yeah, to me, the fact that you guys, we have 30 people hanging out right now on the 4th of July watching Jaws, or just watching me watch Jaws. Hopefully you're watching the movie too. But I feel incredibly fortunate and blessed to be a part of this community. Yeah, it's so good. It is so good. Like, I say, instead of saying son of a bitch, when something happens, I say son of a bitch and Bob. Son of a bitch and Bob. Dang, you had the Jamie Hart experience with What About Bob? I don't think I saw it in theaters. The music is amazing. The like oboe, or is that a clarinet? That might have been a clarinet. That was a clarinet, I think. But I think there's an oboe in there too. It's a beautiful shark tooth. It is the size of a shot glass. When he says that later, it's a good approximation there. Hooper! One of the greatest jump scares of all time. I mean, and they even give you a little bit longer to look at it. There we go. I think all this was shot in a pool. It's a great sequence. And guys, I don't know if you can hear, but there are fireworks going off that I'm hearing. It just sounds like something's hitting the house. That's a really good one too. Yeah, he really knows how to like assist not even I guess the first part of the job, Leto, is somebody that does score work, right? Is you have to interpret what the tone and the mood of the scene are supposed to be. Or I guess the director can tell you. And then you base, what you're going to do with the score on that. He always finds a great, like, the cool thing about John Williams, especially with the Jaws soundtrack specifically, there's always an air of like whimsy in a lot of his compositions. The main theme, it doesn't have much whimsy in it. because it's meant to be primal, like the animal itself. But there's a lot of really fun fluttering that he does in the score here. Yeah, opening the door back up and he's right there. This is a fantastic, the camera doesn't move, but all the characters move like within the frame and switch positions. And talking over, this line, familiar with the fact that you're going to ignore this particular problem until it swims up and bites you in the ass. That's one of my favorite lines. I've actually used that on a record I worked on years and years ago as an intro to a song. But talking over is something that we've lost in filmmaking. For the most part, I don't see it very often. And that's what happens in real life. So I like when that kind of stuff is going on in film. Like, it works great in this scene. Network is one of my favorite movies of all time. And there are multiple scenes in that movie where there's all sorts of overlapping dialogue and it just feels so real. But look, and so the camera has like swiveled around. So it moved around, but now and then it like went down and it's like tilting up. It's not on the level with them anymore. So it can work in that billboard. It's just Bill Butler. Just here we go, guys. Golf clap. Golf clap for Bill Butler. Oh, Bill. Anytime I say love to prove that, wouldn't you? I got to follow it up with get your name in the National Geographic. I'm pissing off all the Virgos. Here we go, guys. It was just that my ex was a Virgo. Oh my God, Jamie, that's amazing. Did you get a picture? I need a picture of you guys together. I think you've sent me a picture of, was it your brothers wearing it or was it hubby? It might have been hubby at a convention. Yeah, a lot of Virgos here in the house. Richard Dreyfuss just all sad in his blazer and his jeans and his dress shoes, just looking like the cutest little first grader ever. I'm a Tia. You're an aunt? Oh, see, this is Virgos. Drawn line. Like, it's not good enough that you're a Virgo, too. It's like, well, which fucking month? Let's see how. Are you a cusp? Or are you right in the middle like a true blue? I'm still going to say Brisbane. No one could tell me what to do. Brisbane. It is a sugar-free energy drink. Yeah, it's just got 200 milligrams of caffeine, and this one tastes exactly like a watermelon Jolly Rancher. I love that Liz calls me Dave. Not everyone calls me Dave. I have family members that call me Dave. Dave, David, Davey. I hear all three, and I am super A-okay with all three. So I'm very, very chill about that kind of thing. I do take note of it sometimes. I'm like, oh, they called me Dave. They're just like doing their own, they're doing their own thing with it. But that's so great about having three different versions of the name. Congratulations, Russell. Hell yeah, man. That's amazing. I'm coming up on 1 year and I'm so excited. You know, I had fun for a long time doing that. And then it became a whole lot of not fun very, very quick. Yeah, coming up on it. It is Dynamite. Yes, C-Force. I think it's even crazier than Dynamite, right? Here we go. We got Peter Benchley, guys. This is the creator of the piece, the author of the original book. I think Jaws is a fantastic book. If you haven't read it, I recommend, if you're a fan of the movie, I recommend reading the book. It's a really simple read. It has some salacious qualities to it. Man, Mrs. Brody, she's not the sweet person she is in this movie. And Hooper is not the sweet guy he is in this movie either. Quint says cocksucker about 50 times. And the ending is very different. But it's really good. I like it quite a bit. What's happening, Billy Judd? Welcome on in, man. Hope you're doing well. Hope you are doing well. Yeah, they are such simple, beautiful creatures. I don't know if you guys have seen like the purse that it's like the placenta that the mother shark carries outside of its body. It's a crazy thing. And like if you've never seen it, go look at it. You'll totally get why they call it a purse. It's wild. It's like you can see the little shark developing in there, and I don't know. They are so beautiful. I wish I could be friends with them, but they're wild creatures. But I do want to do a shark cage diving. Would be incredible. I'm drinking dynamite. It is sort of dynamite in a way. Yeah. Dynamite in the sack, right? Yeah, I got a deal on the C4s. I bought them off Amazon, and it was like they were barely over $2 a piece for a 12-pack. So I figured, why not go for it? All right, well, here's my list of games that you must play in 2026. I mean, anytime a modern gamer plays like the original Castlevania, I can't get enough of that. Because it's like the original Castlevania is difficult like Dark Souls, but in a totally different way. Missed that one, yeah. I love the first Deep Blue Sea, though. I love that line. The pond is for old ladies, and he's like, I know it's for old ladies, but do it for the old man. Fucking like, this is just good screenwriting. I like that she whispers it, even though we can, yeah. He's like, yeah, whatever. I'm a dad in the 70s. Like, let me know if there's an emergency or something, but the kids should just stay out of my business. Did you see Dangerous Animals on Shudder? I did not see that it was on Shudder. Brock, welcome on in. But I think Dangerous Animals is really good. Yeah, Jai Courtney, dude, Jai Courtney's fucking legit, and he shows it in that movie especially. But I know he hasn't always been in the best movies, but I think he's good. I think he's really good in Dangerous Animals. And the needle drops in Dangerous Animals are fantastic. Some of the best soundtrack needle drops I've heard in a while. Yes. And the first one's really fun. The sequel, even better. Yes, the sequel's the best one. Yeah, Dangerous Animals was really good. She's about only absorbed the. She might have. She's cusp. End of September. So she's like the last day, I think. So I don't know. Maybe that means something. Yeah. I mean, it's fun, like, just to have the conversation. But yeah, I don't take it seriously. Thanks, Lido. I just do the same thing for all of those bad. There's like, and then there's welcome to your doom from Altered Beast. Rise from your grave. Yeah, Resident Evil 4, but I know most people wouldn't consider it a horror game. I mean, it has some of those elements, but Resident Evil 4 is like, it's just classic to me. But I don't know, the original Castlevania, Super Castlevania 4, Castlevania Bloodlines, those are all the games. Castlevania this, Castlevania that. Devil's Crush. Have you guys ever played Devil's Crush on the TurboGrafx 16? It is the greatest video game pinball I've ever played in my life. It has a beautiful board, fantastic soundtrack, and it's got bonus tables that you can, like, you can go to a bonus room and it's a different board. So good. Devil's Crush. Fuck. That's like, I bought it on the Wii way back in the day. I've probably logged in, I don't know, hundreds of hours. I will compare it to the addiction that I got playing Devil's Crush. It was like the way I feel when I get stuck in a Tetris spiral where I'm just like playing Tetris all the time. People watching on the replay are like, is Jaws even on? And yes, Jaws is on. The two kids just got caught for their little ruse with the cardboard Finn. Man, they are lucky they just didn't get shot to shit. Like 2026 version of Jaws, like the police roll up on the ocean and they're just like, these two kids just like float to the surface. Oh my gosh! In Juneau, they had a sign. This is a terror. This, oh my! I might lose subscribers over this joke. I don't care. There was at Ock Bay in Juneau, there was a sign that said, it was like a sign for life jackets, and you could like pick up life jackets for kids, and it said life jackets donated, or it was like Kids Don't Float was the name of the group, donated these life jackets. And I walk up to the Kids Don't Float thing, I pointed it, and I looked at my friend and I go, dead ones do. Terrible joke, but funny. I mean, if you don't want me to make that joke, then why do you put a thing there that says kids don't float? It's just kind of like you're inviting the joke. Exactly, crime scene. Yep. I love that he justifies the second cigarette with, he's like, with like, it's not like I'm just smoking. Like, I had my coffee. All right. Scoutmaster got knocked over, and guys, we're in serious business. That shark looks fucking beautiful right there. The animatronic is amazing. The screams are shocking and frightening. The shark looks so good right there. Oh, and the fucking leg falling down, that looks legit as well. I've actually watched a video where like experts watch all the scenes that show the shark and they grade them on believability. And that scene right there, was that Barack Obama in the green and black checkered shorts? Rewind. I think that might have been Barack Obama. I'm just joking. It kind of looks like him though. Anyways, the experts said that scene there with the Scoutmaster, they're like, that is like photo real, the way the shark looks under the water with that distortion. And yeah, that's got the highest believability there. Yeah. I mean, we still see a little bit of it, you know. I think we see enough of the Kintner killing. Jeff, aka Down is Up, celebrating 8 months of membership. Jeff, thank you so very much, man. That is awesome. I can't believe it's been 8 months already. You rock. Thank you so much for being a member of this community, bud. You yell Barracuda, people are like, huh? What? You yell shark, we got a panic on our hands on the 4th of July. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, Tia. That's the cool thing too about streaming, like at, you know, all sorts of times, is being able to be the radio for somebody that's working, or maybe somebody that's like driving across country or something like that. That's cool. It's it's not lost on me how cool it is just to be part of this community, even, you know, in the chats on other people's channels, but to be able to contribute and be a, you know, maybe even a greater part of it or a bigger part of it is yeah, it's very, very humbling. And yeah, just something that I don't ever forget. Watching the movie, but I'm really baked and distracted. Me too, just a little bit. That's why I don't call my watch parties commentaries, because I will talk about the film and go in depth about some of the nerdy and that kind of stuff. Yes. So there are commentary qualities to it, but I would have to shut the, like, I wouldn't be able to interact with any of your guys' comments. And I love doing that on these streams. I love how nervous Larry is here. He's really like, you know, I was acting in the town's best interest. He's like really figuring out like how he's going to respond publicly is what he's trying to figure out right now, right? He's like writing his apology speech, but like a good, like any good politician, I use good in quotes, right? You can't apologize too much. You definitely got to justify why you did the wrong thing. Happy 4th, Jeff. Thank you so very much, man. I really do appreciate you. Yeah, they're going to be going off all night for sure. Do they just not allow them in Utah? What do they do? What do they do for fun? Wait, I know what they do for fun. They have 15 kids. That, I mean, You're going to be busy in the bedroom or busy working if you're having 15 kids. Or you're going to be both. You're going to be busy all over. Oh, it's because of a burn ban. That makes sense. Didn't know if it was something that was a permanent thing. Davey, I'm not just saying this, I promise. You have such a unique way of expressing your analysis of things. Listening to you talk about John's music is great. Dude, you hear it in a way I almost can't because of my training. Yeah, I mean, even though I composed music, I've written songs and stuff, I took lessons on guitar, but I didn't go to any formal like songwriting training. I didn't go to school for any of that. Like as far as like theory and stuff goes, you know, I probably innately know something about theory, but don't know how to articulate it in the terms that have been agreed upon by academia, if that makes sense. But yeah, I mean, when I just sort of take a step back and I'm like, well, I'd imagine that this is how composition goes when you're putting together a score. Sometimes maybe you just go in blind and just see what comes out from what you're seeing. But it seems like Williams was really good at the collaborative part of it all because his music always fits so well, and iconic all over the place, When people think of Superman, the music they think of is a John Williams score, but it's like it's been built in with the character, but it hasn't, or it hadn't until the late 70s. It's all good, Jamie. It's all good. There we go. I drink THC. Dude, those drinks fuck me up. Edibles fuck me up. Yeah. I call him by his government name, David S. or David D. Why did I see S? David D. Deathray. What's the D for, Tia? What's the D in the middle? Oh my gosh, Liz, that is. He wasn't talking about your horoscope. That look that when Brody's like, "You're not going to act this way on the ship, are you, Quentin?" He's like, "Well, fuck yeah." Like the look is the most like I'm gonna screen grab that, guys. I'll make an icon out of that. I'm sure it's already a meme, but I'm just gonna be able to use that in when I'm texting people. Here we go. Daniel, what's happening, bud? Jaws in 1975 and did pay-per-view come out in 1975? I don't even know. I don't know how they're all connected. I mean, I know how the first two are connected. When I played the broadcaster Terrence Wynn in the spoof documentaries for the DVD releases of Friday 4 through 6, I based my delivery on Benchley's cadence and his tone. It is a cool performance he's got. Yeah. They named the broadcaster Terrence Wynn in that. That's too cute. I like that. Terrence Wynn. So they're like documentary on Friday the 13th, 4 through 6, but let's name the character Dr. Terrence Wynn from Halloween. All right. All right. I like it though. Gotta love the AI bots over on Twitch. It's really simple, but very difficult, Liz. I think it's like fairly difficult. There's knockback, like there's annoying things with the original Castlevania, but it's all fair and it all can be learned. I can get to Dracula and then he kicks my ass as if I were fighting Dracula in real life. All you get's 4 hits when you get to Dracula, and he has 2 forms. So I've watched plenty of people beat Dracula with no problem, and I've tried to replicate it, and I'm not that great of a gamer. I enjoy playing them, but I'm not great at them. Thank you, Steph. I appreciate it. I'm fortunate she is not in my life at all, so she doesn't get to fuck with me. So I'm fortunate in that you can absolutely give me shit. I mean, really about whatever. Break it up, will ya, Chief? I see you got your rubbers. I love when he says that. She's over here looking like what's her face from the We Can Do It ad. Oh, you gotta play 5. 5 is the one that they called. They're like, this one's racist just because it's in Africa. I'm like, oh, come on, guys. Let them put Resident Evil games wherever they want to put them. It's okay. But Resident Evil 5's fun. It's very like, well, it's very like arcade. Like I would say it's like old school. It is like the modern version of a run and gun kind of game. It's really fun though. Yeah, the boat cost him an arm and a leg. Love it. Holy cow. Lito has been a member for 14 months. Damn. It's flown by, Lito. Thank you so much, man. I really do appreciate you. I love that Jamie and Liz have become just the best friends. Best of friends. Davey soaking is the state pastime. Oh, soaking it. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I've heard about that. I think it's funny that they act like soaking isn't fucking. It might be the most romantic way. Babe, I'm gonna bore the hell out of you with this one. Here we go. Have you ever tried soaking? We just sit there. It's amazing. All right, enough dirty talk. Gotta love the crushing of the styrofoam cup. Have you guys ever drank Narragansett beer? It's very tasty. I read it all. I read it all. I read it up. No, Liz, I definitely get unhinged from time to time here, even though I'm not drinking anymore. That's just the way I am. Actually, they let me name the broadcast. Oh, perfect. Yeah. I love that there's a crossover there. I like that crossover. Yeah. If you need any tips, I got tips. I'm like really good at getting to Dracula. I'm like the first 4 levels, I can just fly through those. But yeah, it's a fun one. Don't bogart that joint, my friend. I'm gonna bogart this whole pen. Yeah, it's pretty different. It even Resident Evil 4, which is very action driven, plenty of ammo, all that stuff. Like, yeah, Resident Evil 5 feels like you're at a Dave and Buster's, like playing a game, like actually holding a gun. Like it feels so on the rails. Oh. So this is a pretty consequential scene. I don't like, is this the shark that's on the line right now? Or is it, as Hooper says, like what does he say? It's like a manta ray or something like that. So it's like, it seems like it is the shark, because when they pull the line out and Quint is like, you're telling me that like some fish chewed through this line. He's like, don't tell me my business. So that to me makes me think it was the shark. And then Hooper's like, Quint, that doesn't prove a damn thing. So it, like, we just don't even really know. But Quint's line back to Hooper, it proves one thing. Mr. Hooper, it proves that you don't have the college education enough to admit when you're wrong. Or you wealthy college boys don't have the education enough to admit when you're wrong. I think that's the line. Can you just jump on the mattress? I just want to lay next to you and just see if you can move me. That's what I'm imagining. I love it. No, I seriously do. I wasn't like sometimes I say things, and I'm not saying that you thought I was being sarcastic. Sometimes I say things and I mean them very sincerely, and people think I'm joking. And then other times I say things in a way that I think is so obvious that I'm joking, and then people don't think I am. I don't know. That could just be me. I could just have a personality disorder. Who knows? No, but I love it. Like I love seeing you guys become pals. Narragansett is dope. Reminds me of Stephen King. Having said that, I've stopped drinking too. Yeah. It is a tasty beer though. Like I still appreciate the craftsmanship that goes into making alcohol. I don't think alcohol is like the problem. It's like me. Like I can't have a good relationship with it. So I'm not going to blame the inanimate object that has no brain or nervous system. I'm not going to read that, but I'm just going to let that sit there. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my damn. Oh my goodness. They running ham. Maybe a big Yahoo in the labs. Oh my God, dude. Quint. Hilarious. That's a really cool shot too. Yeah, a lot of this looks very like Hitchcockian. I was so bummed out. I know I already said it, but very bummed out to see that Hitchcock kind of trashed this movie. And I'm just like, I don't know. You know, it's like when that stuff with Tarantino came out where he was like ripping on Paul Dano and like Matthew Lillard. And it's just like, why? Like, what benefit is it? What does it do for Tarantino to say anything bad about any actors? I mean, if he criticized other filmmakers, I would think that's way more okay. Like Hitchcock, you know, talking shit about Jaws, it sucks, but it's not like he was like going after it like, oh, Robert Shaw's terrible, you know. Here we go. Well, it proves one thing, Mr. Hooper. The college boys. Oh, it's amazing. He's just a scary dude, that Robert Shaw. Downstairs. Oh my, what is happening in the chat right now? I love it, but it truly is. I love it. Whatever. Just keep it going, guys. This is a free speech space. Good. I'm glad. You just never know, Liz. You never know. I love that line delivery. Was that meant to be an outtake and they just loved it so much? Like that makes me think when that whole like, I can't do, or I won't take this abuse much longer. It's just very bizarre. Davey, did you eat hot dogs or both? Both. Yeah, my brother Matt cooked everything up. The burgers were fucking unreal. It was such a filling burger. It was so tasty. I had to have a hot dog though, because it's the 4th of July. So I forced myself to eat a hot dog too. Love that shot of Quint up there in the nest. Love that. Exactly. Yeah, we're going to leave this thing in overnight. Feel free to fall asleep. Nothing weird. Here we go. One of our big moments coming up here. Pulled pork and barbecue meatballs. Delicious. Boom. There's our boy. There's Bruce. This movie, I don't like cigarettes, okay? But sometimes when I see people smoking in movies, I'm like, gosh, that looks really romantic and tasty. Damn, I want a cup of coffee in one of those just to live this moment. And of course, you know, spending time with a Roy Scheider character, it's like coffee and cigarettes. Just you're just like, well, that could be the diet. The shark looks so fucking good. I mean, I know it's not like swiveling around. It doesn't have elasticity like a real. I get all that. It's just moving like straight, whatever. It just looks really fucking good. I don't mind that it's not real because I don't hang around sharks. So yeah, right here, there's like hardly any mobility. I still love it. It still looks great. Yeah, they're gross. Like I do love a cigar. Like when it gets cooler in the fall and winter here, I love having a cigar like out by the fire, something like that, you know. I know that's a little bit different, but like I think tobacco, there's something really tasty about it in the right way, you know. But yeah, I mean, habitually smoking cigarettes, yeah. I do nicotine pouches sometimes, just occasionally. Like if I go for a long drive, I'm like, oh, I'll put a pouch in, like whatever. But if I do one on an empty stomach, it's like feels like I just smoked like sour diesel first thing in the morning. It's just like ugh. Cannabis and coffee. Love a good alliteration there. Cannabis and coffee. Scale my ass. For foreground my ass, yes. I love him like just trying to convince keep on going further. Like keep on going. I mean, does he really need something in for scale if he can say like the boat is this long? Like the boat's a 36 footer. And then you have the, you know, you've got the little walkway there. Holy cow, 29 people watching, guys. If you're having fun here, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already. If you're watching after the fact and you're still here, that's pretty incredible. Thank you so very much. Hit the hype button if you dig what we do here. It's a really great way to help the channel and the community grow. Hooba, ain't you watching? I love it so much. It feels like a new movie. Once they get out to sea, doesn't it feel like a totally different movie? Like you've started chapter 2. And you know, in the book, one of the big differences, they go back every night in the book. So they just go out during the day and it's like the third day or something when they get the shark. But like it to me, it raises the stakes more in the movie that they're just out there until they kill, like the shark's gonna kill them or they're gonna kill the shark. Like I know they don't say that, but it's like that's kind of the feel you get. And oh my god, the John Williams score right here when the barrel takes off. There's the whimsy, of course. I'll continue to use that word. I love it. But there's this swashbuckling adventure quality to the melodies. It's an amazing thing, guys, to convey like a vibe, a tone, a feeling, or an emotion, or all four with just music and composition. And Dreyfuss is about to look right at the camera. Yeah. But I guess he's looking at Quint. I guess that's what that is. They're having a moment there. But it's like a fourth wall break, but technically they make it work within the confines of the narrative. And he's back looking at the camera, but really just We're quitting, right? We got to go get a bigger boat. Yeah. I need a bigger bottle of whiskey, is what Quint's thinking. Been smoking fat. I thought you were fat cigs. That's how I read it. Fat cigs. I'm not going to say the other thing because I don't know if YouTube knows the difference between like regional slang. Steph, we love you, Steph. When I said smoking cigarettes regularly is gross, I've done that in the past. I'm talking about for me, I thought it was gross. But I think grown adults should be able to do whatever they want to do. 3 cigs a day, but no one knows it's a secret vice. You got it right under control, right? 3 cigs a day. There you go. I smoked regularly, but I was never, I don't know. I never like craved it. It was like I would smoke like once a day with a cigarette. And then if I had something to drink, like I'd have one with that. But whenever I wanted to stop, it was not a big deal. Sorry, I thought I was hearing something outside. I was like, what the hell's going on out there? Am I that stoned? No, we are coming up on that. Not too long. Not too long. I love that. Yeah, where I live, we have 24-hour drive-through, like 2 miles away from where I live. It's pretty awesome. They have really good stuff too. They're very friendly. I'll quit when I'm dead. There's no judgment, Steph. There's no judgment. I love this Mary Ellen Moffat. Is that her name? Mary Ellen Moffat. I went to school with a girl named Mary Ann Moffat. Smoke weed and hash every day. Dude, hash is some good shit. You know, we've all got our things, Lito. We've all got our things. It's me outside your window. Let me in. Oh my. Let me in. I'd like to give you a cigarette, kid. Hey, how you doing? I came all the way from Ohio. Oh yeah. I'm just being silly, Steph. I don't think you sound anything like that. That's just my big, beautiful brain being big and stupid. So here we go. We are at the U.S. Indianapolis speech. And man, I mean, Robert Shaw, his full skill on display here. It's the one time we get like a real moment and vulnerability from Quint other than when we see him die. It's true. I mean, I had a few puffs when I was like a kid, but when I was about 21, I dated a girl that smoked. And so if we were like at the bar and we're drinking, I would have like a couple out there because that's when you could still smoke in the bars. So it's like I'm breathing it in anyway. And it helped with the buzz. But then like after that, I did it like just a little bit. And then it got to the point where I was like, I'm just not that interested in you, tobacco. Man, the fireworks the booms are big over here. More cornfields just mean more cornfield mazes. Yes. Never smoked a cigarette. I've tried hookah a few times. Hookah can be fun. I've done hookah with like weed thrown on there too. The pounding and the hollering. Maybe 1,000 sharks. Oh my God. Oh, are you talking about when Bruce comes out of the water there? The chum some of this shit? So I know they made a USS Indianapolis movie with Nick Cage. Never seen it. I don't know if it's worth seeing, but it would be pretty incredible if they made like a big time Hollywood USS Indianapolis movie. That'd be pretty wild. Yeah. It's pretty hardcore out here. Man, I love this speech so much. When he's right now, he's talking about he was most frightened when they were waiting to be picked up. And I'm like, I can totally understand that. I've never seen Strange Days. That's the one that's got like Rafe Fiennes or whatever in it, I think. It is, yeah. I mean, yeah, I think they made up the account, right, of all the in specific things that happened. But yes, all of that happened with the USS Indianapolis, and the men losing their lives to the sharks, and yeah, mm-hmm. It's incredible, the writing. Yeah, the musical composition. I mean, I think this is John Williams has done a lot of really good work. I still think Jaws it is in that top 3 probably for him. I think Superman, Star Wars, the original Star Wars, and this movie. And Antonis, if you're still here, we are at the Show Me the Way to Go Home. That's a fun one, yeah. I like that one. Hell of a lot more than I liked Mandy, which was terrible. One of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life, I think. Austin, welcome on in, man. Thank you so much for being one of our amazing channel members. Welcome, welcome. What do you think of Jaws, Austin? I'm tired and I want to go to bed. Well, I had a little drink about an hour ago and it got right to my head. Love this. Yeah, I played in a band called Absent Minds when I lived in Portland years ago, and we recorded a record called The Misery of Correcting Past Mistakes. And I tracked the record and produced it for the band and everything like that. And the last song on the record has this kind of swingy, sort of sing-songy, piratey sort of feel. So at the end of the song, I put in that clip from the movie here of them singing that song just to close out the record. It was a fitting closing to the record. Yeah, go hang out with Quint, and it might get uncomfortable and scary, but like the danger factor might also be kind of hot. You know what I mean? Amazing lighting here. The flickering lamp is great. The sun's already coming up. He's just, what is he just shooting a 22 rifle at him? I got to put it on the list, Jamie. I will do that. I can totally, it's so funny because you asked me about Existence last time, and I feel like Strange Days and Existence have like similar artwork. I could be wrong though. Man, they're really having at it with the fireworks out here. They ain't fucking around, people. I love Robert Shaw singing there in the background. Strange days. Strange days have found us. Strange days have tracked us down. Does anyone know the next line of the Doors song Strange Days? Throw it in the chat. I've seen that one, yeah. Oh yeah. Liz, it's so good. It's my favorite movie of all time. I mean, it is just like, out of all the classics, I just think it's got everything. It is a beautiful film. I have a weird top 5 though, Liz. Because it's like Jaws, Fletch, The Evil Dead, Network, and like Halloween. It's just all over the place. I used to rock a mohawk. Ooh, thank you for the reminder. Ryan, thank you. Holy cow, 56 votes, guys. That's incredible. Thank you so much to everyone that voted. I really hope you hit the like button as well. That'd be super cool because it's free and it's just something that you can do to help the channel. What do you guys rate Jaws? 56 votes, 84% are saying 5 stars, 11% say 4, 4% say 3 stars, 2% are saying 2 stars or lower. So I think that's just probably one person there. Very interesting. That is a hot take. But hey, you know, not everything is everyone's cup of tea. What can you do? Love that shot of the shark there. And I love the rope just slicing Quint's hands. Made my mom, who hates horror, watch the first 2 Jaws, and we had a great time. They're really awesome. The many lives of Mr. Deathray is I've lived quite a few lives in my time. Yeah, quite a few. Ooh, this is the what the fuck. Like, what the fuck? Like, I mean, this is the moment where I guess the audience members do realize, okay, it's they die or the shark dies. Like nothing great's going to come from this outcome. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. Hooper doesn't make it in the book. I have not seen Baby Driver. No. Is that an Edgar Wright movie? I think I know what you're like. I think I remember when it came out. I just never saw it. Cinco estrellas. Cinco estrellas. Yeah, that's right. I speak a little Spanish. Hablo un poco de español. Fucking music, dude. I mean, it's the kind of music that makes you want to go climb a mountain, like do something outside, like move your body, you know? It's just amazing. Had a spiked purple mohawk when I was a punk rocker. So yeah, I played in punk rock bands for years, 13 to like my late 30s, mid 30s. And I did the mohawk thing for a little bit. I never stylized it or styled it at all. I have like kind of curly, wavy hair. So I would just let it be floppy and weird. Didn't mean to hit the microphone there. Or I would just like wet it and slick it back and it's like air conditioning. It's good stuff. Oh yeah, the screaming. Yeah, well, I mean, they were getting attacked by a shark. Peter Pan music. Very, yeah. I mean, it's so fitting, and it's like, yeah, you're on the high seas, the adventure of the high seas. And then working in the Shark theme there. That's a really lucky shot there with the animatronic and where the camera was at. I don't know if that was planned exactly that way. Had a really cool kinetic energy there. I mean, everyone knows this was a nightmare to shoot, right? It could have killed Steven Spielberg's career. You know, a lesser director would have been fired from this movie. He pushed forward. He was, I think, just 26 when they were making it. I think he was maybe 27 when by the time it was out or something like that. But man, you know, a very difficult shoot, but they persevered and got through every bump in the road. And of course, the movie that was so difficult to shoot and went over budget and over schedule and almost fell apart multiple times is now known for being one of the greatest films of all time. It's known for, you know, being the original blockbuster. It kind of created the whole like summer movie craze, or just the fact that that could be a thing. And, you know, of course it was almost dead in the water, pun intended, and then became the greatest thing ever. Snag him and bag him, tag him and bag him. When the shark attacks the cage and they're trying to pull up the cage, that is a real shark foot. Yeah, that was like a lucky thing that they got. I think the shark ended up getting out of that situation, but yeah, it was a happy accident. Oh, there's the finale out there. No, the USS Indianapolis was outside of Japan, I believe. But they did there's an Australian shark movie that came out last year, I think, Paula, that very closely tells the story. It tells a made up version of the USS Indianapolis, and I think it's set in Australia. So I think it's kind of that story, but it's not supposed to be a true, you know, an accurate retelling. I do enjoy Return of the Living Dead, another really good 4th of July movie, 3rd/4th of July. That's not very realistic, whatever the shark is doing right there. Like, for a shark to just be like standing still essentially and just chewing on something, I don't know if I don't think that's physically possible. But it still looks kind of cool. Untie us. I know we just tied it up, but untie it now. There's another thing there, Chris. You were talking about the shark cage stuff. You know, they put like a little person in a smaller cage to make it look like the proportions were correct with the shark versus Hooper's size and the size of the cage, which is just another, you know, clever way of doing that. Yeah, that one's really fun. It celebrated 40 years last year. It is such a laugh riot. I mean, it's got like cool scares and stuff too, but it's just such a fun movie. Great soundtrack too. A really cool punk rock horror movie for sure. Yeah, I mean, I would say like the Star Wars movies, like the prequels, you know, people were standing in line. I mean, Harry Potter, like people would line up around the corner. But yeah, Jaws was the one that kicked it all off. Oh yeah, he just like drowns. Yeah, it's been a while since I've read the book. I can't remember all the details of like those moments. But the fact that the shark just like dies from being too tired is a bummer way for the book to end. I will say that. The shark just it's swimming right towards Brody and he thinks it's going to kill him and it just starts to descend in front of him and he realized that it died mid-flight and is just sinking to the bottom, which is more realistic, and it's I think what they were going to do in the movie, until I think Spielberg decided to make it a bit more exciting. Yeah, it's a good movie to watch around this time of year. A lot of people watch it on the 3rd because that's when the movie starts. Like it technically goes into the 4th of July, just the morning of. So a lot of people watch it on the 3rd of July. Yeah, exactly. Like they'd be able to whip their head around underwater, but like just to hold, like I don't think like how would a shark hold part of its body out of the water? Like the physics, I don't understand how that could be physically possible. Even if it's moving water past its gills, it's going to be okay, but it has to move it past well enough. I have seen, I don't know if you guys have seen this, if any, we got any shark lovers in the audience. There is that whole thing that sharks have to be moving all the time to stay alive. However, they have found, some pretty big sharks. So I'm guessing sharks of all sizes do it. I think they found like great whites and tiger sharks that will find undercurrents on the bottom of the ocean. They'll just go to like the ocean floor, they'll find a little undercurrent, and they can actually sit there and like chill out and sleep. And the water just naturally moves past their gills and they can breathe. So, yeah, they have to technically they don't have to be swimming, but yeah, the water's got to be moving past their gills. It's a really interesting requirement to be able to breathe. Like imagine if like we had that, like, oh yeah, you can breathe the air on Earth, but it's only if you're moving. It'd be a bunch of bullshit. Oh, he's great in as the Undertaker, yeah. Or the what is it? He's not the I mean, what is he the Undertaker? He does all the embalming. He's like the mortuary or the mortician. Yeah. I don't know why I can't think of words. Oh yeah, because I've been hitting my pen. We're talking about Return of the Living Dead. Anyone who is a fan, please be sure to check out our documentary about the film More Brains. Yes. I love documentaries about films I love. Give me all the nerdy, commentaries and documentaries. Give them to me. I know Alien was released in the 70s, but I still consider it one of my favorite 80s horror movies. Yeah, 79, so it was shot in 78, right? I mean, oh, and Aliens came out in the 80s, so yeah. I mean, Alien's fucking awesome. That first movie, I know I say it all the time, it's still my favorite one in the franchise. I think Aliens is a lot of fun, and it's got so many, it's classic for its own reasons, but man, that first Alien, I love that movie. I think every time I watch the original Alien, I love it even more every single time. Close enough. They do swim while they sleep, or maybe some of them find those undercurrents and go to sleep. If sharks are not friends, why does IKEA make those adorable shark plushies? I know. It's the propagandists that are out there trying to convince you to snuggle up to a shark. I have seen, there have been some really, if you look on YouTube or wherever, you can find some really interesting videos of sharks, seeming to have some sort of like memory and kind of like positive relationship with people. It's very interesting. But yeah, I mean, I've seen stuff where like people will dive with sharks. If they're all like, there are breeding grounds where if you show up early enough, like all the female sharks are there, and you can free dive with the female sharks, and it's relatively safe until the males show up. Because for whatever reason, if it's all like one gender, they're just, of course, they're going to be more chill. But like where people have been documented as like swimming with these things and, no attacks or anything like that. I have, but I've never lit some big crazy thing by myself. Nothing like that. All right, Steph. Yep. There we go. We fully support it, Liz. Ooh, is that the Hearts of Darkness? I have not seen that one yet. Yeah, you get the idea that he was. There are really odd clues. You have to have a really keen eye, but of course, like if you freeze frame it, it's yeah, very, very obvious. I think like the big thing for me was the gun was like the first thing I note like the first time watching the movie, I noticed the gun where I was like, wait, what? Like, why does he have that kind of gun? Liz has pet tiny sharks before. That is too adorable. Oh my gosh. I want to pet a shark. I'm kind of an animal whisperer, so I think I would be okay in the wild with a shark. You know, I can make it work. I'm like fucking Saint Francis of Assisi. You know, the animals, they just love me. They love themselves a little Davy Deathray. I remember Jason Goes to Hell. I think one year I watched all Friday the 13th movies back to back for spooky season. Yeah, I watched those you know, doing what I do over here, Liz. I watch the Halloween movies probably like twice a year. It's probably the same thing with Friday the 13th, at least once a year for all those Friday the 13th, just to like keep up, you know, because you always have to talk about those franchises. Even A Nightmare on Elm Street, yes, that too. Although I don't love that one as much. I don't want to piss off Leto. So that's all I'm going to say about that. No, I'll be fine. But yeah, Jason Goes to Hell is pretty wild, pretty different. I can't stand the music in Jason Goes to Hell, but I love a lot of what the movie has to offer. It's too bad. That is wild. Do you go to Florida like do you go back like every year? Ron and Valerie Taylor, man, they killed it. They did really great work. Barbie Girl is our anthem, ladies. Come on, Barbie, let's go party. Have you guys seen that one dude that does like, well, there's multiple people that do this on the internet, but they mash up like two different band styles. It's a great jump scare there. They do this guy does what if Weezer did Barbie Girl, and it's like Blue Album Weezer. So it's kind of like the world has turned, like that sort of like it's really good. If you guys like that kind of stuff, check it out. Yeah, the summer's a great time for those movies. Summer camp. I used to love when I lived in Portland, you know, it can get really hot there. Like it can be like 100 for, you know, a couple weeks. It's pretty humid there, so it's uncomfortable, but like you could also get a day that's just like 67 and rainy, and man, in the summer on those days, I would watch like 2 or 3 Friday the 13th movies. This is friggin' crazy. The I mean, the animatronic's so friggin' big, like, I would feel a little uncomfortable in that cage with that thing, you know, like, "Hey, ram me with the fake shark," like, basically hit me with a car over and over again while I'm in a tiny cage. What could go wrong? Yeah, I mean, I really like the original trilogy, I'd say that. I've never seen No, I've seen them all. I have seen them all. I did not like the 4th or 5th movies. That's a really good one too. Yeah. I mean, that whole Jagged Little Pill record is fucking awesome. Thank you so much for hanging out, Liz. Appreciate you, and, I'm sure I'll see you playing Zelda sometime soon. Guys, subscribe over to Liz's channel. Here, I'll share the link one more time. How about that? Oh, there we go. Throw Miss Liz a sub and have a great rest of your night, Liz. Happy 4th. Rig something up. Jerry rig it. Well, they're finally working as a team. At least there's that. I love that show. Oh, I love You Can't Do That on Television. The firing squad, the introduction to the opposite sketches, the opposite sketches. So good. And here we go, guys. The shark is like, enough's enough. It's time to eat everybody and stop playing with my food. The shark really is driven. I mean, what are the odds, right? That a wild creature would have such a good plan. It just waltzed into town ready to like, well, I'm going to kill a few people and then kill a few more. And yeah, we'll see what happens after that. I'm sorry, but if I'm in a boat and a shark jumps up like that, I'm definitely shitting my pants. Yeah, like what do? Your instinct is to be like, get the fuck out of here. But you're like, well, wait. Like, should he just swim away while the shark's already eating someone else? Is that the best method here? It's like if you're out in the woods camping and a bear starts eating someone, do you just like run away? You know? Do you just knock the person down and then run away from them? Well, I will say this, the newest Indiana Jones I liked more than the Crystal Skull one. And I didn't think they're trash or anything like that, but those original 3 are of such a greater caliber of quality to me. That the other 2, they just feel like they pale by comparison, Not bad, but they pale by comparison. I mean, and Harrison Ford's good in all of them, you know. Yeah. Taste that crunchy Quint. Yeah. The shark's like, this isn't about just living, guys. I'm actually here to fuck y'all up. Like, just like a thug, just straight gangsta. That I've never even thought of it that way. Guys, Bruce the Shark from Jaws 1975 is just straight up gangsta. Oh, look, he's just like, he's fucking eating oxygen tanks. He's so gangsta. Like the guy listens to Warren G. He's so gangsta. And Warren G isn't even born yet. I love the bit where the shark's like, yeah, I'll take your stabby tool, Mr. Policeman. He's just like, that's enough for you. I'm just going to, we'll worry about that toothpick later. Show me the tank. This has got to be ADR, like we have to remind people that it's about this fucking tank that can explode. ADR that shit. They are, and that blood coming out of his mouth. Boom! All right, there we go. Smile, you son of a bitch. And then fucking a bomb goes off. I want to see the footage from the beach. Like, I want to see the behind the scenes footage of them filming that. Because that looks epic. Whatever the hell they used for that. And the beautiful, like, cloudy red blood, and it just, everything looks great. The music, whimsical. Yeah. Just these fluttering little notes on a piano. Maybe a harp. I don't know. Yeah, it's definitely the most graphic. So for me, it's probably between Quint and I love the Alex Kintner kill. I do really like that one. I mean, there's not many on screen, right? Just 3 on screen, right? Yeah. Oh, sorry, 4 because the Scoutmaster. Oh, they're all really good. They are all really good. I will say that. So that bodes well for the movie. And I mean, Jaws to me, just like it ages so well. It has aged so well. It's 51 years old. Absolutely, there are limitations. You're going to see that no matter what. But it's so impressive to go back to 1975 and know that this film that like struggled so mightily still delivered so much and like changed the industry forever. And then those yellow barrels, if you pay attention in Jaws 2, they're right outside of the Brody's house. Those 2 yellow barrels. I would love to get a yellow barrel. Boom goes the shark. Click, click, boom. You guys remember that shit? What the fuck was that? What happened to our culture for like 4 years there? I swear there was like a time when every trailer either had click, click, boom, or it had like, it's just one of those days. like no matter what, there's like some action movie and it's like one of those, you know, those 2 songs were used for every single fucking trailer. Click, click, boom. Good God, y'all. The blow up scene is amazing. Yeah, you get a big fatty chunk that comes flying down and then, you know, most of the body sinking. Again, it looks very real. I don't know. Did they use a real animal for that? Who knows? Yeah. Yeah, named after Steven Spielberg's lawyer. So that's a little piece of trivia there. Yeah, there's a really good The Shark is Still Working. It's the older documentary from like the late 90s that's really cool. And then or you know, mid to late 90s. And then yeah, they did a new one on the 50th anniversary that is it's not a retread. I would say I was super impressed. The documentary on the 50th anniversary, I was like, man, this really is like mostly information I did not know. And a little bit more about like Peter Benchley and his family and everything like that. There we go, guys. That was Jaws from 1975, Steven Spielberg's technically his 3rd film, I believe. And yeah, the masterpiece that changed his career forever. That is the movie that gave him Final Cut moving forward, which is incredible and pretty damn awesome. And yeah, there we go, guys. We just watched it. And my digital version was just like going to roll into deleted scenes and everything. So that's the cool thing. I have a digital version of that 50th anniversary. Guys, I might just end up watching the documentary again because it's that good. And because like it really did have new information. So it's not like I really retained every little thing. I'm a rewatcher. I think you guys know that about me. And then another thing about being the type of nerd I am, if there's information, I would love to rewatch the information and really retain it because it helps me understand, appreciate, and ultimately talk about this thing that I love even more. Let's see here. Okay, we're going to do that. See what's up with you guys. Holy cow, we're at about 2.5 hours. Guys, I think I am going to sort of, hit it and quit it, as they say. It's just a little late here. And yeah, 2.5 hours. Holy cow, what a fun time it has been. Let's see what happened here. So it looks like we didn't reach our super chat goal. No big deal. Guys, I'm still going live tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. UK time. We're just going to have a chill Sunday horror hangout. So whatever you guys want to talk about, come on down, hang out. You can ask me questions. You could give me a start bench cut. We could talk about music. We could talk about whatever the heck you guys want to talk about. That'll be tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern. I'll see you guys then. I will be live with the channel members on Monday at 8 p.m. Still don't know what I'm going to do for the members, but we'll figure it out. And then, guys, Wednesday, because we're getting Evil Dead Burn this coming weekend, not the weekend that we're in, but on July 10th, on Wednesday the 8th, right? Yes, on Wednesday the 8th, starting at, I believe, 2 p.m. Eastern, I'm going to be doing a Evil Dead marathon. All 5 films, just rolling right through them. So we're going all day. Should be a lot of fun. I'm going to have some super chat goals that are going to be like, hey, if we get this super chat goal, like I'll do this, like live during the stream. I'm going to find some crazy shit to get into. I really don't know what to do. But I want to make it interesting for you guys. And yeah, should be a fun, crazy day. So there we go, guys. Plenty of live stuff coming at you. And I've got some other stuff that I'm going to be working on this evening as well. So yeah, thank you so much for hanging out. You guys are awesome. Happy 4th of July, everyone. Jaws, what a movie. 5 out of 5 stars. My favorite film of all time. And you guys are beautiful and awesome for watching it along with me. Paula, I want to throw you a little love for throwing in on the super chat goal there. $5 from Paula. Rebel Sky threw down a couple bucks. Jeff, aka Down Is Up, has been a channel member for 8 months. That is incredible. And guys, Hollywood Leto, 14 months. Amazing. Thank you guys so very much for everything. Shout out to the Patreon members, the YouTube channel members, and of course, the amazing group of Death Squad mods. You guys are awesome. Holy cow, Kirk Dilly. What's happening, Kirk? So great to see you, man. Thank you for being a channel member. I am just wrapping everything up, but you can always scrub on back if you want to watch Jaws with me. I hope all is well with you and yours, good sir. And yeah, guys, that's going to be it for me, but I'll be back tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern. So until then, or as I usually say, until next time, I've been and will continue being Davey Deathray. Take care.